Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today about podcasting because I find it to be very powerful in building a brand. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated and most powerful tools that you could use. You don't need to be famous here. It's not like you need to have a following of 15 million people on your Instagram account to be able to do a podcast. And a lot of people feel that, oh, it's going to be too hard. And instead of spending a lot of time talking about why it works, which I'll spend 2 minutes on, well, what I want you to know is that it's not hard at all to do. So here's the why to it. Podcasting is just builds trust. When people hear your voice, it creates this sense of connection with them, right? So I realize that there are all sorts of compliance things and hoops that you need to jump through depending on what company you work for. But what happens when you can actually do a podcast that people feel like they already know you before they even met you? In fact, this is a great way not only to get new clients just organically, but really get new clients coming into your sphere of people that weren't even remotely in your circles. It also keeps you top of mind with your existing clients. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll have an idea that's something that comes into me from a client that I say, wow, all my other clients should hear about this too. What do? I create a quick podcast episode on it. It keeps you top of mind and it helps you not have to call every single month for them to feel like they're in touch with you. As I mentioned earlier, it's absolutely incredible for referrals. Clients will say, oh, you've got to hear what my advisor had to say on his podcast. And in their mind, the person who's not your client yet is thinking, wait, your financial advisor is so good they have a podcast? Right. That's what's happening. So here's how you do it. People think it's super tough. You need to go into this crazy studio with all of this sound equipment. No, I simply do mine on Zoom. Yeah, that's right. In fact, Zoom is so easy because not only does it create the audio only and then the visual video content, it also creates a transcript. Here's why that transcript is important. If you're ever going to post these videos on somewhere like YouTube, you're going to need to have a 50 to 70 word description and maybe some catchy titles, some good SEO, and so on and so forth. And what you could do is take that transcript, just copy it right out of YouTube, throw it into your version of ChatGPT or whatever you're using, and boom, it will give you a 70-word description for you to put along with the YouTube video. It's fantastic. You could also have it create certain things like email templates that you want to send to clients that you want to listen to a certain episode or all your episodes. What I do just to help out, because I don't want to spend a lot of my time cutting and splicing and editing, I went on to Upwork. You've heard me talk about Upwork before. Upwork is a great freelancer website. And what you could do is go on Upwork, just do a quick search of podcast editors, and you could take that raw footage that you've done on Zoom, send it to that person. They put an intro, they put an outro, and they'll even put it to Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you're going to put your podcast and have it hosted. So something to think about, just basically enhancing your brand and your reputation by becoming the famous podcast talk show host. Not so famous, we know, but in the mind of clients and prospects, they will look at you as the authority on whatever financial advice you're trying to give just because you did an episode on that podcast.